I'm Scott Clancy, leader and coach. I think the world needs better leaders and coaches. I want to learn to be both. Today, I want to talk about decisiveness. Theodore Roosevelt once said, in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing you can do is the wrong thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing. This is about decisiveness. It's been a sought-after quality in many organizations, especially military organizations, forever. Leaders act, and we try to value that. We place leaders in a crucible, high-tempo, high-stress, crisis type of situations, and we tell them act, and any act you do is better than nothing. What this does is this builds a character of bold, assertive, dominant pieces of that leader mindset so they can control situations. We have to ask ourselves if that's what we necessarily want. The situation that we're in is we're valuing crisis leadership and its associated skills, being able to make decisions with little information, rapidly changing situations. And we're relying significantly on experience and intuition for our leaders to make those decisions. What we're trying to avoid is decision paralysis, apoplectic decision making. We value any decision that's made early is better than all decisions made late. And the common error that we tell our leaders is need more information. I needed more information because we equate that search for information, especially in a crisis or challenging time-constrained decision-making situation, as risk aversion. Now, there is an element of risk to all decision-making. I think we need to step back. When we see that perspective that I just portrayed with respect to decisiveness, I think we need to step back and ask ourselves two questions. First one, is this the kind of decision-making that you want to manifest in the leaders in your organization? The second, how do we coach leaders and the supporting teams to that end? So you have to decide where on that scale of leader that you want and which prioritize there, because you can't have everything all the time, and you have to figure out how to coach it. Okay, first, I think we need to realize that there's an emotional component here that is going to hamper decisiveness, and that emotional component significantly manifests in the emotion of doubt. When you increase the consequences of any decision making, you're going to increase the doubt, and that doubt is going to lead to that paralysis. This is an inwards thing. It's inwards. I doubt myself. I doubt myself as a decision maker. I doubt that I can make this decision. I'm not sure. I doubt that because the consequences are so large. Whatever it is, it manifests in internal doubt. And we see this in our everyday lives. When you get overwhelmed with all of the things you have to do and you have a big decision, I'd rather sit over here trying to figure out the elements of my calendar than make this decision that's right over here that I know I need to make. Okay. So that's inward focused. Therefore, how do we resolve that emotional component? So as leaders, the best tool that we can use is to reach out. When you feel yourself in that element of doubt or in that element of, indecisiveness, reach out. Peers, the team you're working with, mentors, because when you reach out, they're going to illuminate not just the details of the decision making, but more importantly, the elements of which you're doubting. Peers and mentors will ask those questions, and you as peers and mentors and team members, you need to be asking this question. What is it that you as a decision maker are doubting here? What is it that you're feeling on this? By asking that question, you will assist them in illuminating that doubt. We also have to understand the kind of decision-making that our organizations make before we answer that first of those two questions. Jeff Bezos, the head of Amazon, would say there's two types of decisions, one-way door decisions and two-way door decisions. One-way doors, the flopper valve stops, you can't walk that decision back. Two-way doors, yeah, you can make a decision and you can walk back on this. A one-way door decision for him would be an example of Amazon Prime. Once he made that decision, he wasn't going to be able to walk that back. A two-way door, maybe their foray into the cell phone. Now, by understanding those two decisions, you help to illuminate what type of decision maker that you want to prioritize with respect to the character traits inside your organization. Secondly, Jeff Bezos also said, he wants to make most of the decisions based upon 70% of the information max. That's because he wants to engender that innovative spirit within his organization. So that's how he understands what kind of decision makers that he wants inside of his organization. Okay, here's my final little tip. Understand the type of decisions that you're going to make. Juxtapose the amount of time that you're going to see available in the crucial decisions that you want to manifest as the character of your decision makers. Understand the consequences that they're going to deal with. And be aware as an organization, and especially as a coach, of the emotional element or component that's going to be here. I'm Scott Clancy. I think we need better leaders and coaches. If you like what you see, go to www.coachesneedtolead.com. Let's connect up. You and me, we can make better leaders and coaches.